Hey guys, James here for TCG University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you my Rando deck. This deck was kind of a last entry. One of our guys wasn't able to make it, so I had to make a makeup deck. I really like this deck. This is similar to a deck I wanted to build after I played one earlier within the last couple of months. Couple of campus championships. You guys can check out the other ones. I don't think they're as cool. I think this one's getting really cool. I'm going to keep working on this one. Let me know if you guys want to see more of it. But this week for the Campus Championship, we're doing Princess and the Pea versus the World. So I chose Rando mainly because I feel like he has enough combo potential to, if he gets the chance to have his turn, can just out rev his opponent and kill them. There's also a bunch of combo stopping pieces in this deck that you can play on the regular that prevents your opponent from getting to combo out. So let's get in the profile and you can see the choices I made. Okay guys, Rando is a 6/30 with all chaos and evil. We are playing our deck under evil today. He has two abilities. Form once per turn. You can remove an attack from your opponent's discard pile from the game and then play one card from your hand face down into your card pool as a copy of the attack with one resource symbol of your choice, following all the restrictions and paying all the costs and whatnot. But basically you say, you have a really cool attack, I'm going to copy it and get to do that cool attack thing. And then E, discard momentum. Your attacks get +1, speed +1 damage for the rest of the turn. And then if your opponent is at desperation, your checks get +1 for the rest of the turn as well. This ability is really strong. We're mainly playing off of that bottom ability. But depending on whatever our opponents have, we can do some really cool things in our deck. So let's get into the deck. So obviously we need momentum, so we're playing one spell circle. You're only allowed to have one, so we're playing the one. We don't get to play the Void Enhance, but having the respond discard pile or respond from the roofing game pile, remove or discard one card, add this spell circle back to your momentum is very good for us. Just gives us that one momentum that we could start with. The best card to support Rando is Reduction. Reduction has a stack that says all of your attacks get 2/2, 2 speed, 2 damage, and then your opponent's considered to be at desperation, which means every time you use Rando's ability, you get the +1/+1 and the +1 to your check, which is very good. It's a 1 mid for 1 with Breaker 2, 1 mid block, 3 diff, 3 control. Easy to play, easy to block too, but like a lot of times do you care about the 1 damage, and it comes down to, do you care about me getting momentum? Because the reduction ability is E. If this attack is not blocked, you have the top card of your deck to your momentum. So if they choose not to block our 1 damage attack, we get a momentum, and Rando still gets to go off, which is nuts. Sometimes we don't end up with the reduction in our hand, so we have the 1 sadist, just in case we need it. First form, destroy. Your opponent is considered to be at desperation until the end of this turn. This just means it's basically having a 5th reduction, because we don't really get to do a whole lot. We can do some sweet small combo things, but we don't really go off unless our opponent's at desperation, and we get to use Rando's ability. So having the ability to put our opponent at desperation whenever we want is very good. And then we have 3, Hiding in Plain Sight. This card adds itself to momentum and then adds the top card of our deck to momentum if our opponent's at desperation. So if we have Reduction or Sadist, it's a free 2 momentum counting itself. So like that's really good, because like I said, we need momentum for our deck. Then we get into Fatality. Fatality is really good. So we're always going to consider that our turns with Reduction in hand is with Reduction on board. Fatality says we can remove things from our opponent's discard pile, and then it goes to momentum at the end of the attack. So basically, we discard momentum, give +1 to our checks with reduction, discard momentum, give +1 to our checks with fatality, and then fatality will go to our momentum. And then say we have another fatality, we can play it, discard momentum, give +2 to our checks, it'll go back to momentum. And then just do it as many times as we need to try and get the most +1/+1s and the most +2 to our checks as we possibly can. One of the other ways we get momentum is through Sun God Choke. Sun God Choke is a solid 5/3, 5/5 for 3, which makes it very hard to want to block it. It's fast, but only hits for very small. But its ability is E, lose 2 vitality. After this attack resolves, you add 2 momentum. Meaning, cool, I'll discard momentum. All my checks get +1/+1. All my checks get +1, and then this gets +1/+1. Now it's a 6 for 4. It's harder to block, still only deals a little bit. And then it's going to go to momentum afterwards, and we don't have to worry about it. And then when it does go to momentum, it goes face up. Because its other ability is E, momentum. You remove this to give your printed damage of 3 or less, +5 damage. Meaning this reduction is a 6 damage attack. It's nuts. So like it goes to momentum, which is very good for us. As you can see, a lot of those cards just kind of leave the card pool. So we're getting into more of what our second game plan is, which is having cards cycle out of the card pool. And one of the best tools to have inside of our deck, as well as with the deck style, is Rekimaru and Mekimaru. Rekimaru and Mekimaru is a 1/5, 1 mid-block asset that says check a 6. After any number of cards leave your card pool during the combat phase, draw 1 card. The neat part here is Rando says all of your checks get +1 for the rest of the turn. This 6 check is a check. So if you've used this like 3 times, I'll make a 6 check. Oh, did I check a 3? Well, it gets +3 from Rando. So I pass this, I'll draw a card. And you just get to draw cards just for checking decent. You could check a 4. Oh, have I already used Rando twice? Cool. I'll get a moment. I'll draw another card. I'll draw another card. I'll draw another card. And you just keep to keep going, which is very good. And then you can also give +X damage equal to the number of cards I have left. But we mainly use it for the draw. Sometimes people should just die without us needing to pump one more. So to continue on top of that, sometimes people like to be mean and not let us get our abilities off. So we're playing 4 Fuma Seal Fatal Violet. It's a 3 low for 6, 6 diff, 3 control. We don't care about the difficulty too much because Rando gives +2 our checks. We're playing True Identity. You'll see it later. It has a nice 3 low block, powerful 3. If this is the only card in our card pool, we change this attack's powerful rating to 6, and then we get to draw a card, which is also very good. And then E, discard momentum. This attack can't be blocked by weapons. A lot of things in the game are a weapon right now. We'll never really do that unless we're sure our only card our opponent has is a weapon, and we know they're going to try and block with it, because we don't want to waste our momentum when we can just plus our checks and give damage and speed. But the main ability we want is the add 1 card from your card pool to momentum. This card works really well if we have like 2 reduction. So we can do reduction, do the cool stuff, and then go, cool, I'll Fatal Violet. It comes in with the 2/2 from reduction. And then we go, cool, I'll add this momentum. Oh, is this the only card in my card pool? Cool, I'll draw another card. Did a card leave? Oh, I'll draw another card. And you just get to keep doing some really, really sick combos, which is basically what I wanted my deck to do, is just continuously cycle momentum and draw cards. Because we're now in the new package of 3 speed, we're playing 2 Ninja Cannon. Ninja Cannon says it's a 3 mid for 6, it's a 5 diff, E, lose 2 vitality. This attack gets +2 damage. Discard it after it resolves. Only play with this the only attack in your card pool, and you have not discarded any cards from your card pool this turn. So this is very good as our first attack, which is why we're not playing like a 4 of. It's very good as a lead-off attack if we need to, because we're playing Fog Blanket. But it has a nice 1 mid block, EX2, and it just says leave the card pool, keep our card pool low. And then the last thing we're playing is Fog. The last combo in this side, this little box, is Fog Blanket. It's a 3 mid for 3, combo with a 3, stun 2, reversal if needed. Combo E, you lose 2, discard 1 card from your card pool and draw a card. So say this is negated or whatever. Oh, cool, I'll play this. I'll discard this from my card pool. Trigger Rekimaru if you get the chance. I'll draw a card. Cool. Did I draw a card for Rekimaru? Cool. This will get +1 damage for everything that's left the card pool. Solid. I've been giving +2 my checks because I have a bunch of momentum with Rando. Cool. We'll Fatal Violet. We'll add this one in. Cool. Check with Rekimaru. Add the 1 card in. Oh, I have no cards in my card pool. I'll draw again. And just get to keep doing some really, really cool things. And then the last main attack in our deck. We play a 20. This is a serious 26 attack deck that when we play tested afterwards was working very well. It's Shadow Slicer. It's a 4 mid for 3. It's a 4 mid for 4. It's a 4 diff, 3 control, no block. E, you can remove 1 Shadow Slicer from your discard pile. After this attack resolves, add it to your hand. Lose 2 vitality. This attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. This card's very good with our Rekimaru. Because you give plus your checks, you can then go Rekimaru. Add this back. Cool. Rekimaru, check a 6. I've been plussing checks. I'll draw with Rando. Cool. I'll play another Shadow Slicer. Cool. I'll draw another card. Do another cool thing. You just get to keep doing some really out of the woods combos, which is really nuts. Because we're plussing checks, like I said, we're playing True Identity. True Identity is just commit all your checks to get +1 for us to turn to play attacks, which is very, very good for us. Then we have 4 Arranging a Deal. One of the things I found that have been a problem with Rando for me is you can have all these cool combos, but if you're not drawing cards, you don't get there fast enough. So Desperation E, draw a card. And then we have Empress Another Realm. Look at the top card, draw a card. Look at the top card, Desperation, pay 3, draw a card. Really good card. because we don't want to check bad. Sometimes you check bad really early before you get to use Rando all the way. So we're playing 3 as our nightmare. Discard a card, ready a card. Get rid of the cards we don't need. Make sure we pass checks for the ones we do. Same thing in Hell's Reach. Flip, ready this card, play Wall Committed. Spam, really good card. Then we have 4 Worthy Vessel. It's a 1/5. You pay 1 to give something +2 or -2 damage. You can remove a card from either player's card discard pile. Really good card. 3 Most Trusted Assassin. We're technically into our Pay Vitality package. I have the Most Trusted Assassin says pay 1. Your opponent's next check to play an attack gets -1, which is very good as well. We have Outworld Xeris. Pay X, bounce a card back to our opponent's hand. Super good to get rid of cards that could stop our combos. 2 Face of Monster. Pay X to reduce the speed of something so that way we can block it. Make sure we live. Super cool. Invoking Blood Magic. This protects our momentum. One of the ways you can slow down Rando is just discard their momentum. This card has a stack that says your opponent must discard momentum as an additional cost to play abilities that would discard any number of momentum, which means you have to discard before you even know if you're going to be able to just do it. It's like anything that's like pay X, you have to discard momentum and like make a check or something. You have to discard your momentum and then you make the check, and then if you fail the check, you still have to discard the momentum because it's an additional cost before checks, which is really, really cool. And then Evil Enhance only. Reduce the speed of this attack to 0. Only playable if you have lost Vitality, which works into our Paying Vitality package. We're doing it mainly because, you want to attack me on turn 1? Cool. I'll pay 1 on entry so that way I can drop your speed to 0 and then make sure I block it. As well as, so like, on top of it being a counter to discard momentum hate for Rando, and it just says stop attacking me, please. I'm going to block it. And then because we give a ton of speed with our ability and with reduction and whatnot, we have Confronting Jetta. Once per turn, pay X. Once per turn, give X damage or take away X damage. X equals the difference between the printed speed and the current speed, which just means, have we been giving a bunch of speed with Rando? I'll give it even more damage. Because we fool around with momentum a lot, we have 2 Sweet Nothings. Destroy, discard momentum. Discard the attack from the card pool. Your opponent may draw a card or gain 3 Vitality. Super strong. And then 1 Fuse with Lilith. It's a 3/6, 1 low block. Commit, if this attack speed is 6 or greater. No more enhances can be played this enhanced step. Just make sure once your opponent gets their attack up big enough, you just don't have to worry about it for the rest of the turn. And then we're getting into what was like the Princess and the P counters. It still functions with their deck, but it was mainly just to play against Princess of the P. We have 3 Deliverance. This card's useful as like a side deck or if you want to main deck it. Remove, discard, draw 1 card, not discard. Remove, draw 1 card, and then respond, remove before the damage step of an unblocked attack, or reduce the damage of it to 4, which is also very good. Our opponent loads up on an attack, and then we just reduce the damage to 4, so we don't have to deal with it. Then we're playing 2 Race Against Time. We could use this in our deck to change our... Well, let me get to it. I lost them. No. Change our Fog Blankets into Shadow Slicers or vice versa. But we actually wanted to use it in case our opponent just attacks us on turn 0. Like Princess in the... Or turn 1, like Princess in the P does. Where they go, cool, I'll just play an attack and try to load up through my deck. Will you play your attack and I'm going to remove it? Did you have a copy in your discard pile? Cool. You better have a second attack in your hand. And in a, like, 12 attack deck, they probably won't. The last card we're playing is 2 Flame Aura. 2 of the attacks in the Princess in the P deck are high attacks. The other 2 are lows. I don't get to play either Cool and Focused or Nightmare Terrors in these 3 in the deck I'm playing. But I do get to play Flame Aura. And so just having Flame Aura in the hand means if they play anything that's not the Nutcracker, I get to block for free and I don't care about what they're doing on their turn. I'm just going to go cool, pass, and Flame Aura. And I don't care that they shuffle through their entire deck to try and give a bunch of Punch and Judies and a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to block it. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you liked it, make sure to let me know down below. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGUniversity. If you get us out there at the $1 level, you get access to our Discord where you can talk to us on there, talk to us about content. You can talk to the Final Fantasy guys, the White Schwartz guys, the Magic the Gathering guys. You get all of our content, or most of our content early. most of our content live. You get access to interacting with us on our polls and helping decide what we do for the next week's camping championship. If you guys want to check out the other videos in this series, make sure to go out there and check out the other deck lists in the other profiles in the playlist, and then check out the other videos from this week's campus championship. If you want to catch us live, just come hang out on twitch.tv/TCUniversity every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. We're out there hanging out, having fun. Shout out to you guys that love coming and hanging out with us and having fun. We really enjoy it. It's a really fun time. So make sure to come out and hang out. So as always, stay alert.